Hello everyone, this is Ashley Tucker. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm making another card using the Ornate Ornaments stamp set from the STAMPtember release. I started with a piece of 100-pound Desert Storm cardstock in my Misty tool, and I stamped 3 of the ornaments from the stamp set with Versamark ink. I embossed the ornaments using a white embossing powder. I'm going to be coloring these 3 ornaments in with my Prismacolor pencils. I have the 72 set of Prismacolor pencils, and I also have a pencil case with even more Prismacolor pencils in it, so you might see me using colors that aren't in the 72 set sometimes. I started out all of my coloring by going over the area with my white Prismacolor pencil. As you can see, my white Prismacolor pencil has been well used. It is getting pretty short. When I color on craft cardstock, I like to use my white pencil first because I think it helps the colors to show up better. So this first ornament I'm going to be coloring in with some different shades of green. I used PC 912, PC 909, and PC 908. I was a little worried that coloring in this ornament was going to be a struggle for me because I do suffer from trypophobia a little bit, but once I actually got some of the circles colored in, it wasn't that bad. If you don't know what trypophobia is, it just means I get really disgusted and disturbed when I see small holes or circles that are close together. I know it's a really weird thing, but apparently a lot of people have it. I didn't know what it was called for a long time. I just knew that I was really disturbed when I saw small holes close together. But recently I found out that a lot of people have it, so I know it's weird. But yeah, there's a little bit of an interesting fact for you guys today. Anyways, once that was colored in, I used a metallic silver Prismacolor pencil, which is PC 949, to color the cap in at the top of the ornament. For this next ornament, I'm going to be using the same green colors that I used on the first one, but I'm also going to be adding in some red shades. The red colors that I'm going to be using are PC 924, PC 925, and PC 926. So in that first ornament, I didn't really do any shading. I just colored in each of the circles a solid color. But for this second ornament, I'm going to do just a little bit of shading. For each section, I started with my lightest color, and then I added my medium shade to the top and bottom, and then my dark shade to the very top and the very bottom, and then I blended it all out with the lightest shade. I decided to leave the little circle details on the second ornament white. For this third ornament, I'm going to be using all of the same red shades that I used in the last one, and I started by adding the darkest color to all of the areas that are in between the swirls. Next, I colored in all of those swirls with my lightest color red, and then I used my medium color and my dark color reds to add some shading to those swirls. Once that coloring was all done, I took the remaining 2 ornament stamps from the stamp set and I put them in my Misty tool to stamp on a piece of vellum with some Versamark ink. I heat embossed these 2 ornaments using some white embossing powder, and then I fussy cut them out with some scissors. I picked out 2 different sentiments from the stamp set and I embossed them in a white embossing powder onto a dark gray cardstock. The 2 sentiments that I chose are the one that says joy and the one that says from our family to yours. I fussy cut the word joy out using some scissors, and then the other sentiment I cut down into a strip. Using a T-square ruler and my white gel pen, I added some strings and bows to the 3 ornaments that I colored in with my colored pencils. Next, I took a bunch of really tiny pieces of foam tape and I added them onto my vellum ornaments, and I popped those up onto my card. I tried to hide these pieces of foam tape under the white embossing as much as possible. You will be able to see it through the vellum if you're really looking for it, but it wasn't enough to the point where I decided against doing this. Next, I'm going to add some pieces of silvery white twine to be the strings for these ornaments. I tucked one end of the twine underneath some of the foam tape on the top of the ornament, and then the other end of the twine I wrapped around to the back of the cardstock and taped down with some Scotch tape. When this card is all done, it's going to be a little bit more delicate than a lot of the cards I make because of these vellum pieces. So this isn't one that I'd want to put through the mail. I'm probably going to hand deliver this card. I took my Gina K Connect glue and I added little dabs of it to the string where it connects to my ornaments to ensure that they stay put. Next, I took my sentiment strip and I added a piece of foam tape to it that's slightly bigger than it so it hangs off of the side. Next, I took the word joy that I cut out and I adhered it to that foam tape that's hanging off of the strip, so now both of my sentiments are connected. So now my sentiment reads, "Joy from our family to yours." Now, if I wanted to be grammatically correct, I'd probably want to add a comma in between these two sentiments, but I'm not going to worry about it. Now, because my vellum ornaments are popped up with foam tape, I needed to add a second layer of foam tape to the right side of my sentiment, and then I adhered it to the card. I used my ATG gun to add some adhesive to the back of this Desert Storm panel, and then I glued it down to my card base. For the finishing touches on this card, I added some white sequins and some white half pearls, and I glued those down using my Gina K Connect glue. Now, I just got this Gina K Connect glue, and so far it's working really well. Finally, I used my Wink of Stella glitter brush to add some shimmer and sparkle to all of my colored in ornaments, and then this card was all done. Thank you for watching today. I hope you really enjoyed this card using the Ornate Ornaments stamp set from the STAMPtember release. All of the supplies that I used today can be found in the description down below. If you enjoyed watching and you have not subscribed to my channel yet, I would encourage you to hit that subscribe button so that you can see all of my future videos. I'm going to be back with a new video on Wednesday. Again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate all of you, and I hope you have a great day today.